Hey, fellow YouTubers, it's me, John LaBelle. Listen, I want to talk to those who have a child who's a slow learner. You know what it's like. You got great hopes and expectations for them, just like any parents do. Unfortunately, the child's not learning well, is falling behind, resulting in low self-image, low self-esteem. And it only gets worse as the years go on because you know how kids are. They'll just torment the poor child to death. I know that from personal experience because I myself was a bit of a disappointment to my parents, especially the fact that they adopted me. And they were like every other parent. They wanted the best for me, and it wasn't working out. I flunked every single year I was in school, and actually in grade 7 they threw me out, said that's it, no more. It's a waste of time. He can't learn. He's incapable of intelligent thought. They had their reasons anyway. So so that's what happened to me. Now, I had actually figured out a method for increasing my intelligence. And understand, this video is not about me and bragging about me. It's about solving a problem. That's the only reason why I'm presenting this video. So right now, I went down, I'll tell you a little story quickly. I went down to the city to do a test, an intellectual test. It was a long test all day. I was very, very tired and didn't think I did well, but I did the test anyways. And I was called back a month later for the results of the test, and there was about 3 or 4 people there. We sat down, we discussed it, and they said, first thing they said is, you're quite an interesting person. And I said, oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. They said, your test results were not normal. And I said, oh. So they said, a normal person is right in the middle. It's called a 50-50. And they sit right on the 50-50 line consistently. Their intelligence, there's 3 brackets basically you can have below. Intellectually you can be below the line, or intellectually you can be above the line. But almost the majority of all people are pretty well at the 50-50 line. So it says your results show that you're not on the 50-50 line. I thought, oh, okay, here we go again. I'll be below the line. And they said, actually your test results show that you're extremely high above the line. And I said, okay, well, how high are we talking? They said, your ability to comprehend information, the ability to take it in and absorb it, file it, cross-reference it, and actually come up with new innovative ideas, and in processing this information is unbelievable. I said, okay, well, how unbelievable is this? He says, well, in that category alone, you're in the top 2%. And I said, what's the demographics on the top 2%? And they said, that's the world, top 2% of the world. I said, okay, this makes sense. Here's the stupidest kid that ever lived, is now in the top 2% of the world. Okay, again, this is not about bragging. I'm trying to help you solve a problem that I solved for myself. Now, my memory, long-term memory, was in the top 7%, and the short-term memory is in the top 13% of the world. So anyways, that story aside, let's move on. The way I did this was, I did it with a radio and a TV. That's all I used. And I tuned the radio into what I call information radio. Would be talk radio, or a radio that runs articles, information, special interests, current events, stuff like that. And I didn't sit there and listen to the radio because I'd just lose interest in it. What I did is I just let it go on in the background, and not too loud so it was disturbing me. And I'd be on my computer, doing stuff for 5-6 hours while this radio is running. And I'd be doing my dishes, and maybe washing the floor or wiping down tables or whatever I was doing around the house. The radio was always running, and I wasn't really listening to it. The odd time I'd hear something, that's interesting. But here's the point, and the same thing with television. I would turn on a news channel and run news 24 hours a day. And I wouldn't watch the TV, I just let it run. But what happened after a short period of time was my brain recalibrated itself and started to absorb everything. It's just like a sponge. It just picked up everything. I was unaware of it, but it was picking it up like a sponge. And I noted that every time something came up, like I was in a discussion with somebody, how much I knew about that subject, even though I hadn't even looked into the subject. I just spew out information on top of information, and all I ever get, and this to this very day, is how people think I always want to know what level of education I have, because they always compliment me and say, "You're very educated. You're very educated." And the truth of the matter is, I'm not educated. All it was this damn radio that was running. And I'd be running these radios, like these shows, for nothing, to run them 12 hours, 14 hours a day. And I'm not really paying attention to them. I just let the thing go and go on with my day. And the brain, because the brain is a recorder, it records everything. And eventually, if it's going to record stuff, it's going to actually start to file it and use it as usable information, usable material for that person. So this is why my intellect moved up to be far surpassed anybody else. I noticed it at work there when they had serious industrial problems. They were always calling me in to saying, "So what do you think we should do? We can't seem to solve this problem." And I'm solving the problem in a matter of 15 seconds. And the thing is I'd walk away thinking, either I'm the smartest guy in the world, or these are the stupidest people in the world, because that problem was nothing. And they don't even understand how, when I explain to them how simple this is, they don't even have any understanding of that. So anyways, this is a real great means of taking a child who's a slow learner. Let's say they're in your family room, and they're playing with their dolls, or they're playing with their, trucks and little things that kids play with, whatever they're doing. And take a radio and just run it in the background, and make sure they're getting hours and hours and hours. Like, don't do it when they're going to bed. They need to sleep. But anytime during the day and they're in the house, make sure that there's information TV running or information radio running. And you watch the results. It's not going to happen instantly, but you watch the results over a period of time. This kid's not going to have any problem. In fact, he's going to blow everybody away. He'll be the #1 kid in the class. His ability to take in information and his ability to comprehend it. He'll do well in math, or he or she will do well in math. They'll do well in every subject, because the brain is so queued up for, you always talk about how long a child's attention span is. Their attention span will go for hours and hours. They just soak it in, soak it in, soak it in. And they don't have any problem understanding it, because they have great understanding now. It becomes so simple to them, as everything is so simple to me now. I have no problem understanding anything. Anyways, that's my advice. You can go to clinics and they'll just soak you for your money, and you'll find out you're not getting much results, because they really don't understand it. You can't just spend a lot of time with kids reading books and shit. That doesn't do it. They need this thing that's recording in the background and pumping their heads full of everything. And the brain will take over. You don't have to teach the brain will teach itself. That's why it's there. Anyways, that's my advice, and I hope you do well with your kid, because you love them and you want the best for them. Thanks. Bye.